Hello and welcome to Real Watchers Movie Club. My name is Garrett.
And I'm Kevin.
And we are your hosts. Movie Club is a show where we pick a movie every week and discuss it just like a book club. On today's show, we are continuing our month-long theme of my picks since it's my birthday month. And this is the last film of the month's theme. And we're going to be taking a look at the original mockumentary, This is Spinal Tap. Our thoughts and more are coming up on Movie Club. Released in 1984, This is Spinal Tap was directed by Rob Reiner and stars Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, and Harry Shearer. This is Spinal Tap shines a light on the self-contained universe of a metal band struggling to get back on the charts, including everything from its complicated history of ups and downs, gold albums, name changes, and undersold concert dates, along with the full host of requisite groupies, promoters, hangers-on, and historians, sessions, release events, and those special behind-the-scenes moments that keep it all real. The film currently has a 3.9 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Before we dive into our thoughts, though, we do want to issue a spoiler warning for this movie. We're probably going to spoil a lot of the jokes that are in this movie, and since this is a comedy, you should probably go in as blind as possible if you haven't seen it before, so that way you can experience the humor for yourself. But if you do want to stay tuned to the end of the show, we'll reveal what our theme is for next month and the movie we're checking out first. Alrighty, Kevin, it is the last pick of March for me for my birthday month. Can't wait to get to your birthday month later this year and see what movies you pick.
Yep.
But I picked This is Spinal Tap, and obviously I'm sure you've heard of this movie before.
I have heard of it.
So did you know anything about it going in at all?
I just know, and not to be mean or anything, but it's a stupid, funny movie. It's just dumb funny. And I knew that coming into it, but I was just like, okay, you know what? I enjoy Napoleon Dynamite. I'm not saying I love Napoleon Dynamite, but it's one of those movies where I'm like, okay, maybe I can turn off my brain a little bit. And you definitely can't with this one because the jokes are in the underlining of everything.
They're kind of hidden in the dialogue. Like you have to be paying attention. Like there is visible humor, which we'll get to, but a lot of it is just hidden in these little lines of dialogue that you may miss if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, but so yeah, I have heard of it, but I was excited to watch it because I heard you really enjoyed it the first time you watched it too. So,
I mean, yeah, beyond I have seen this movie several times in my life, and I had actually pre-ordered on my shelf over there is the Criterion Collection version that just came out, and I was lucky enough to actually went to go see this in the movie theater last year. For the first time, which was great. I got to see it with an audience, and it was hysterical. Absolutely great. I mean, I'm a metalhead. I listen to metal music all the time, but I like it beyond that, right? It's a funny movie. It is just genuinely, it's effortlessly funny.
Okay, I would not call this metal, but I guess back in the day it was pretty rock and roll.
It's towards the beginning of metal, right? This is your Black Sabbath. This is your
the Wild Hair, Wild.
Yeah,
parties.
Your arena rock / glam metal is kind of the way to say it. And metal is a very broad term, so that's also worth mentioning as well. But we're going to go ahead and get into it. So if you haven't seen the movie before, I would highly recommend going and watching it. Aside from this, or before you watch this, we don't want to spoil it for you.
Yep, exactly.
But I love this movie not only because of the metal music and the music aspect, but because it's just genuinely funny.
It's like we said, it's dialogue funny because it's just they're just so stupid. I don't know how to put it in a nicer way, but their characters are just so dumb, but it's so intelligent how the dialogue makes them this dumb in a way.
Yeah, it takes someone with smarts to be that dumb.
Yeah,
it's basically is the gist of it, right?
This is a great writer. And it makes these guys look so dumb because of how good their writing is.
And I actually think a lot of this was ad-libbed.
Which is crazy if that is.
I want to see how much of this was ad-libbed real quick. Spinal Tap was almost entirely improvised. They used a 4-page outline rather than a traditional script, and it allowed the actors to ad-lib dialogue and scenes to create an authentic documentary feel. So Yeah, and that's really one of the strong suits of Christopher Guest, who has kind of gone on to make a lot of films like this. I know you and Nadia are huge pet people. I would highly recommend watching the film Best in Show, which is directed by Christopher Guest, who he was the one that played the guitarist that ends up leaving and coming back in the movie. But it's all about like those dog pageantry dog like pageant shows, like they award like the literally just Best in Show, and it's the same energy just with pet people, and it's really
that's great.
It's really funny. I think you guys would both get a kick out of it. But I think this one is a stronger movie, and I think because a movie like this hadn't been done before. Yeah. And there's a fun fact that I love about this movie, and that's that Ozzy Osbourne apparently thought that this band was real.
That's great. That means they did a good job on this movie.
It's great. It's so fun. Like it's hard to like talk about this movie because again, like with all comedy movies, right? It's just recounting what made you laugh, I feel like. And there are the incredible jokes, like this one goes to 11. Then I mean, I love the stuff with all the drummers.
The drumming stuff, yeah.
Yeah, he choked on someone else's vomit, like
and we don't know who because they don't want us to know.
Just or they don't combust, or
he just left a green piece just right in his chair. But what's also funny,
green globule or whatever they say.
Yeah, the globule or whatever. But another funny thing is just the banter between they're like best friends pretty much, and it's like, so do you think, I forget the girlfriend's name in this, but for the lead drummer or lead guitarist, and they go, so do you think she's actually helping the band out? And he goes, well, what do you mean by that? Like she's I really enjoy her being here, but have you asked the band members? And he goes, I don't need to ask the band. They already know. And it's like all that circumstance. And then the freaking, when they're making the cover album of what was a glove? It's not Glove is Love, but it's something similar to that.
I think
Smell My Glove.
Yeah.
Smell My Glove. And it's like, he's like, but this person did it. Why can't we do it? And it's like, it's actually somebody else smelling their glove, but it's in the one that they're talking about is the artist is smelling the glove. And he goes, it's different. Oh, I see it now. So if we were the ones smelling the gloves, it would be okay. And he goes, yeah, that's definitely right. He goes, man, sometimes you just have to be dumb to be smart. And it's somewhere along the lines like that. And it's just like, I'm like, I'm sitting there like face palming, but it has a grin on my face the entire time listening to it.
It's so dumb. But like again, like what you were saying, right? You have to be an incredibly smart individual to sit there and do all this on the spot and make it seem so real.
Yes,
it's crazy.
And the way they shoot it too, I really enjoyed it. It's just a sit down mockumentary, and then sometimes they'll put their songs in the middle of it too, which their songs are absolutely stupid, but they're so great. Good. Like
and they actually performed it, by the way,
which is crazy, which is awesome. But what's it called? What's the song about butt cheeks or whatever it is?
About the fat girls.
Big Bottom is hilarious to listen to, and oh my gosh, and the different genres that they do too throughout the entire movie as well. Like you have Listen to the Flower People, which is more like a hippie doodah kind of a song, and then goes back to Hellhole, which is hilarious.
And then obviously Stonehenge and the entire performance of Stonehenge.
Why did we put 17 inches on Stonehenge? Here's the product. This is not the product.
This is a mock-up, right? Yeah. It's like, no, this is what you ordered.
Yeah. Who put 18 inches? You know exactly what we mean. And the fact that they say it with the Stonehenge in the concert, and it's like, this was a comedy, and it's like it is a comedy because it's hilarious. So it's kind of taking them by surprise that they think this is real in an aspect, but in true fashion, it's a comedy movie.
And it's funny because so many musicians that I've seen online have watched this and have related to a lot of what happens, like the part where they get lost in the venue on their way to the stage and they just can't find it. Like that actually happened. I don't remember which band it was, but it actually happened to a group, and so like they were just recreating it.
Or where he gets stuck in the little cocoon thingy and he can't get out. And that's just hilarious. He just keeps playing though because he's a professional, but it's just like, when are they gonna get him out?
And then he gets out right at the end and then can't get back in. It's fantastic.
So good.
But this movie is a trailblazer, right? Because there hadn't been a mockumentary before this. There would not been a fake kind of. This did fool some people, like I said, like it fooled Ozzy Osbourne, right? But like, it's truly something special because of that, and like, I think the other thing that makes this work, like we talked about how smart it needs to be, right? And that comes down to its cast. And Christopher Guest, Harry Shearer, and Michael McKean are so thoroughly embodying their characters. They've clearly just spent time riffing off each other to create, which is fantastic. Also, the bass, I don't know if you know, but the bass player, Harry Shearer, has been a Simpsons voice cast member since the beginning.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he was the one that does like Principal Skinner and.
I thought I recognized the voice.
Yeah,
dude, do I want Nigel's beard and mustache, bro?
Like handlebar,
dude. It's like down to here. It's so goofy and poofy, but back in the day, like that was the shit. So I'm like, dude, and when they're on the tour bus, he goes, it's gonna be this girl's first mustache and stuff, and it kind of flew over my head, and I go, oh wait, never mind.
Oh man, it's so funny. I'm so sorry, I'm yawning.
No, you're good.
It's so funny, but it's also paced really well, and I think that
it would be a longer movie.
I think that, like, because a lot of it was ad-libbed, they have to kind of keep it short. Because, like, I'm sure there was a lot of content we didn't get to see that just wouldn't kind of flow.
It went off the rails pretty much.
Yeah, like, and so I think that there is that. I think my only real criticism with the movie is that it doesn't follow a formula, but it does have that trope of like, oh, there's a betrayal, and then the person comes back, and that like that's probably the only part of this movie where I'm like, like I don't need to see that again. They kind of do that again with the sequel, which the sequel is not worth your time. I'll just say that right now.
Okay.
But that's really the only frustrating part, is that they add that kind of storyline in, which I mean happens in music all the time. But it's just like, you just want to see them interview and all that and talk and just be themselves. And then you get that moment where there's that kind of storyline added, and it just kind of brings it to a little bit of a halt.
Maybe takes you out of the movie a little bit because
just a little bit, but it does rope you back in with some of the comedy. Like they're playing at, I think they're at Six Flags at the end of the movie, and they're just like playing to like 6 people. So it does, it does bring you back in. But
I love the manager too. I think his name's Ian. Yeah, Ian is hilarious. Where they're going over the numbers, and he's like, "Yeah, so Spinal Tap used to sell like 15,000 tickets. Now they're only selling 1,500 tickets. What's going on with this?" And he goes, "Well, we have a few select people that really like our music." I'm just like, "So what happened to the other people? I don't know. Maybe they just." They went somewhere else." And then they're interviewing him. He's like, "Yeah, a lot of young boys like our music. Not in that way, but it's just like, okay." It's just putting it out there. So
it's what's it called? It's it also kind of brings in the I don't think this was not the I don't think it was the one that actually started the phrase, but there's the whole thing like the being big in Japan. which is like a phrase. Like I think this, yeah, it just regards like Western artists that get incredibly popular in Japan, and they make fun of that, or they at least address
Mention
that
it.
in the movie, which is really, really funny. But like it's kind of a fun ending that like they actually get the popularity they're looking for. They just have to go to the other side of the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the performances are what makes this work so much. Just like literally, I could watch 3 hours of them sitting in that garden talking about how they started off as like a Beatles group and then moved into like what they did, and then how the drummers they lost along the way, or like like the gardening accident or whatever they say, like or showing us the guitars, like this one.
Don't touch that one.
Yeah, don't even look at it.
I'm not even touching it. Don't even point at it. Can you hear this one? And like nothing's happening. It's like, no, I can't. Yeah.
But you would if it was playing.
Yeah. So good.
It's so stupid, but it's so funny, and I absolutely, I love it so much. But like it just goes to show that this movie is effortless, and I don't mean like that it didn't take effort to make. Obviously, this is a lot of effort when it comes to ad lib and everything, but like you can tell that it's not trying to be funny. It's just innately part of its DNA, and I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, like a lot of movies nowadays have that aspect of, ooh, we're trying to be funny. Let's go over the top. But this one is just they are talking to a camera and another person that's behind the camera doing the mockumentary and themselves, and that's what makes it funny. It's not like they're overdoing it or they're overselling it too, because sometimes you get the over selling of laughter and stuff like that. It's ridiculous that no one laughed. They probably did after the cameras were gone, but it's just like, they were just so serious the entire time, which makes it even better. So
I would have broken every single take because it's so goddamn funny. I'm not that strong of a guy.
No, that's okay. I would be cracking up too. So
alrighty, so this was the last of the March birthday month picks for me, so I'll go ahead and give my score first. So for me, I love this movie completely. It's a trailblazing comedy film as far as being one of the first mockumentaries. It's relentless in its humor. It definitely it's one of those movies that kind of leaves me in pain from laughing so much. It's one of those special comedies. For me, it gets better every time I watch it, even though it does slow down a little bit in its kind of the end of its second act, kind of getting into the third one with like the whole betrayal storyline, which is not my favorite part of the movie. But other than that, I think it's absolutely incredible. It's hilarious. So I gave it a 90 out of 100, which is 4.5 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Nice. Yeah. I'm not going to say what you just said, but I really enjoyed it. The song breaks in between really helped the movie go a little bit longer too, because you get that little break of not doing a documentary, more like a music video, which is really funny. But then you get the funny moments happening during the music video, and then listening to the lyrics. They're just genius of what they're talking about, bottoms and mud flaps that my girl has. And it's like, who makes this stuff anymore? And no one does, because this is how it's supposed to be done. So, and again, the cast is absolutely fantastic because it looks like they're having so much fun on there with such it just looks like such a good time. But I also really enjoyed this. I gave it an 87 out of 100, which is 4 stars out of 5. And I just go see it just because it's, again, a really good, funny mockumentary.
Yeah, absolutely. So the question now falls to you. What do you think of This Is Spinal Tap? Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, but remember to be respectful of one another because it's really not that hard. Next week, we're going to be starting our April month-long theme of looking at Oscar Best Picture winners. And we are starting with the first one, which is the way that it worked out is still my pick, but it is going to be the 1988 winner, The Last Emperor. which I am super excited to watch for the first time. But make sure to watch it before next week so you aren't spoiled. But thank you so much for watching. Of course, we have this show that goes live every single Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and our live stream that goes live every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, make sure to keep your eyes on the screen.